Welcome back to Awake in Life. I'm Harmish, a nervous system mentor and human design mentor. Today's video is on the human design side. A few weeks ago, I was at an in-person event. I was holding a workshop, a human design workshop, and I also had a table for people to come along and really talk to me about human design and find out a little bit more about it. Towards the end of the day, a lady approached the table and she sat down and we started to have a conversation. And I found out she was also a life coach. She wanted to find out a little bit more about human design and what it was. She had heard about it, but didn't really know much about it. And what she had heard, she felt that it was just like the personality test that she used within her own life coaching and with her clients. She told me that she used the Briggs and Myers test. I think that's what it's called. And it is really a test where you go through and you tick off kind of your answer to multiple choice questions. It gets run through some kind of software, and then at the end, you get told what personality type you are. And I guess it has a description. I've never done one of these tests myself. I decided to just explain what human design was. It's a science of differentiation. We use the birth date, the birth time, and birth location of a person. And then we run that through software, which is free and available on the internet for everyone to use. And we find out a person's energy type and then able to do a reading based on what we are shown. She was quite happy with what I had told her, and she said, oh, maybe I need to look into it a little bit more because maybe it's something I get to use with my own clients. When I came away from this day at this wellbeing festival, it really made me think, do people think human design is just a personality test? That you plug in some information, you get told what energy type you are, and that's it. And I can understand that from a point where a lot of people, they find out their energy type and they don't go any further into human design. And it almost becomes like another label they can attribute to themselves. I'm a manifestor, I'm a manifesting generator, I'm a projector, and use those basic characteristics to almost take on that identity. But human design is much, much more than that. And it's definitely not a personality test. So personality tests that are used, so like the Myers and Briggs test, I believe that coaches do use them. And from my years back in the corporate world, I know that some companies used to use things like this to assess the suitability of candidates. There is an issue with doing these tests because you may come up to the test one day and tick off your answers, choose what you want from the multiple choice available to you, and then be given a result. You may come back in a week's time or a month's time where maybe you're feeling really stressful. There's lots of challenges in your life. Maybe there's things that are on your mind, and these may influence really the choices that you make in these questions. So you may come out with a completely different result. And that's where human design is very different, because whatever data you put in, so your birth date, your birth time, your birth location, that's never going to change. When you put that into the available software, and there are many apps that you can put this data into, you will always get the same energy type, the same gates, the same channels, the same variables. Everything will always be the same. So it will never matter if you're having a bad day or you're having a good day or having a mediocre day. That information is never going to change. The reading you get may be slightly different because of the way that it's interpreted by the person doing the reading. But generally, that information is going to stay the same. Whereas with a personality test, you can turn up one day, you may be really positive and have one set of answers, but you may turn up the next day in a negative frame of mind and have a completely different set of answers. So the result that comes out may be different. I've never done one of these tests, so it's not as if I've tried many different tests and seen whether they all kind of come out the same. This is more video to let you know that human design isn't a personality test. It goes a lot deeper than that. It's really the blueprint of you. It's who you are and who you are meant to be in this moment in time, in this lifetime. Human design allows you to look at yourself holistically and decide how you want to live your life. Are there parts of yourself that you want to work on? Are there parts of yourself that you want to try and accept? About loving yourself and finding your own authentic voice and expression in this world. That's what human design is for. It's not a personality test. If you want to know a bit more about human design and how you can find your own authenticity through human design, please feel free to reach out to me.